So here's notes 31, intro to vectors 2. It's pretty straightforward. I think if you guys already had experience with vectors, I think you guys will be fine. I did after I finished this, it's just a one pager. After I finished the one pager, I went ahead and logged into Delta Math because Delta Math does ask a lot of little guided questions. So I'll try to do that for you guys as well. So this is from Delta Math. It says vector U has magnitude 3 and direction 235. So this is not how vector U looks like. I'm just making this up, guys. Vector U. So magnitude 3 and direction 235. So I'm saying that this is magnitude 3 and that this angle is 235. It doesn't look like that. This is just an approximate. If I wanted the exact, I would go 4 cosine 235. It's going to be some decimal. 4 sine 235. It's going to be some decimal. This will give me the x coordinate of u, and this will give me the y coordinate of u, or the vector. It's really a vector. So they would both be negative, and it would be somewhere there. So that 3 is just the magnitude, and there it is. That's it. So then it says vector v equals 4u. So vector v is 4 times this amount. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and write it here, guys. So vector v is going to be 4 times 3 is 12. So where did that 12 come from? It came from 4 times 3, and that's that 3 there. And then the direction is going to be the same, guys. Cosine 235 degrees, comma, sine 235 degrees. So here's how you say direction in the x, direction in the y. If you wanted to see the x and y component vector, you would do that. I'm not at this junction. I'm not really too worried about getting those exact coordinates. So I'm just going to say this is negative 12, or this is 12. Sorry, and I'm going to say that's like 4 of those, which is not right because that's 3, and it doesn't look like it is. But let's just say it is, and there it is. That's it. These are approximate, guys. They're not exact. If you wanted the exact, you would distribute the 12. Any questions so far, guys? Pretty straightforward. You'll see what I mean once we get started, guys. So here we go. Vector U has magnitude 3 and direction 140 degrees. So 140 degrees puts us in quadrant 2, and I'm going to say this is 3 right there. 3, and there it is. That's theta 140. So catch up to there. All right, now this is the big deal right here. This says negative 2. Magnitude is never negative, so let me write that down. Magnitude is never, and I'll capitalize never, negative. Magnitude is never negative, guys. So when you see a negative there, that just really means that you negate vector u. So this is vector u, just negate it. So what does that mean? Just go the opposite direction. So here it is. Let's see, what's my magnitude of this? It was 3 and I'm multiplying by 2, so my magnitude is 6. So I'm gonna go like this. There it is, and I'm gonna say that's double. So I'm gonna put negate when you see a negative. That's all it means, guys. If you wanted to know the exact coordinate, I would probably go something like, I would be very careful. Do not say this. Do not write. Okay, here's what I'm trying to say. I would be careful with this right here. And let's see, cosine 140 degrees, sine 140 degrees. I would be very careful because this is understood to be amplitude, and you can see there's a negative in the front. So I would distribute that negative as fast as you can. And so let's see, what is this angle here? That angle is not 140 degrees. Notice that it makes a linear pair. Well, I mean, I guess you can't really call it a linear pair. Notice that I have a straight line here. Notice that's a straight line, guys. So you can just add 180. 140 plus 180. So let's see, what's that? 18 and 14, 18, 28, 29, 31, 32. So this direction, the real way to write it is like this, 6 like that, and then cosine 320, sine 320. This is direction right here. By the way, both of these vectors, both of these, the black one and the red one, will give you the same answer. And in case you don't believe me, so here's my calculator. And check it out, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that they will both give me the same value. So I'm going to turn it on. And first, I got to make sure that I'm in degree mode. So if you have a TI Inspire, now's a good time maybe to take it out, or calculator. So there it is. It's in degree mode. I'm going to type 6 cosine 320. And I get a number, 4.596. Okay. 4.596. That's the x coordinate. And let's see what the y coordinate is. And I'm going to type 6 sine 320. Negative 3.856 or 857. Negative 3.857. All right. Now I want you to notice, if I were to distribute that negative 6 times cosine 140, I would get that same number, though, 4.596, guys. Negative 6 cosine 140. And there it is, 4.596, same number, guys. Negative 6 sine 140. And I want to get the same value, the same y value, negative 3.857, see? Same thing, guys. I would be very careful about writing this one. You might get some professors that are going to be very picky, and they might say, this is a magnitude. Why do you have a negative 6 outside? So just make sure that you're aware of that. Just make sure that you're aware of that. We'll catch you up real quick, miss, so don't worry. All right, guys, so let's turn the page over and go to the third one here. All right, so this one says, given vector u with magnitude 8 and direction 210, and vector v with magnitude 4 and direction 30 degrees, find the magnitude and direction of the sum u plus v. Write the sum u plus v in magnitude and direction form with the magnitude rounded to the nearest tenth and the direction rounded to the nearest degree. Oh man, there's a lot going on. All right, guys, it's very simple. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible. The only way you add vectors, and I'm sure Winners told you this, component at a time. The x's with the x's, the y's with the y's. So how do I get the x's how do I get anything? Okay, well, here it is, guys. Let me first write the vector first. Vector u is 8, and the direction is 210. So I'm going to write cosine 210, sine 210. This is how you say direction. Vector v is magnitude 4. So I write vector v, magnitude 4. And I'm going to put, there's a direction is 30. So cosine 30 degrees, sine 30 degrees. So catch up to there. All right, so I want to sum u plus v, so here's how you do it. The sum of the vector u plus the vector v equals, I put a chevron, I'm going to add the x components together. So you're going to go 8 cosine 210 degrees plus, the other one is 4 cosine 30 degrees. So there it is, those are my x components. If you're in physics class, they might call that I, 8 cosine 210 degrees I plus 4 cosine 30 degrees I. All right, here we go. I'm going to add the y components now, guys. 8 sine 210 degrees plus 4 sine 30 degrees. I'm going to take my calculator. I'm going to show you guys a trick. Well, it's not really a trick. You guys already know it, but I think we're going to make life easier for you. Let me see, where can I put it where everyone can see? Put it right here. All right, guys, check it out. So here's what you're going to do. Add the x's together. 8 cosine 210. And you can do it, you can type it in just like this in the TI Inspire. Plus 4 cosine 30. Push enter. Does everyone have this number, negative 3.4641? Okay, I see 2 nods, 3 nods. Okay, I guess that's enough. If you're trying, here's how you do it, guys. So I have this number. I'm going to store it to A. I like to go in alphabetical order. Store alpha A. Chavez, why are you storing it? You're going to see in a little bit. So there it is. It's stored to A. I'm going to do the same thing with the Y value. 8 sine 210 plus 4 sine 30. If you have an Inspire, you can write it exactly like that, guys. Push enter. And I got a perfect negative 2. I'm going to store that. You don't have to store it because it's a perfect negative 2, but I'm going to store it to B anyways. And you'll never make a mistake like this. So store it to B. They want the magnitude. Here's what I'm going to do. You guys ready? All right, I guess I'll write it right here. So the magnitude, let me go ahead and write absolute value, U plus V. That means magnitude equals, and I already forgot what my, let me put the equals here. And I did get, in terms of X and Y, I did get, let me write that number down, and I already forgot it. I'll write it to 3 digits. Negative 3.464, negative 3.464, comma, negative 2. There it is. That's my X vector. That's my Y vector. All right, check it out, guys. I want to square these numbers to get my magnitude. And they're negative, whatever. If you store it in the calculator, you don't even have to remember if they're negative or whatnot. Any number squared is going to be positive anyways. So here we go. I take my calculator, square root of alpha A squared plus alpha B squared. And I just push enter. And look at that. I get a perfect number, a perfect 4. If you were to do square root of negative 3.464 squared plus a negative 2 squared, you might get close to 4. It might say 3.99 because you're rounding, unless you use the numbers in the calculator exactly. But let's find out. Look, square root, you know that negative times the negative is positive. Oh, I'll go ahead and put it in parentheses. Negative 3.464, close it, put a square. And this is just for showing, guys, plus negative 2 squared. If you don't want to put the negative, that's fine. And let's see what it comes up. 3.9999999. Of course, we know that it's a perfect 4. If you just store it to the calculator, you can just use your letters all the time. Or you can actually scroll up if you want. Check it out. You could also do this. And I'm going to open up a parenthesis. Don't worry, I know someone has a question right now. And I'm just going to scroll up. And I can just type in enter, close, put a square, plus, open parentheses, scroll up. Well, I guess that one you don't need to because it's a negative 2. Close, put a square, and push enter. But look, why do you want to have all those decimals? All right, what was the question, guys? No one had a question? I thought someone had a question. Okay, is this making sense? Okay, that's the magnitude. If you want to know what the direction is, well, look, guys, look, they're both negative. So you know you're in quadrant 4. I mean, sorry. Yeah, they're both negative, sorry. You know you're in quadrant 3. Correction, guys, sorry. Negative X component, negative Y component. You're in quadrant 3. Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, okay. So here we go. So because we're in quadrant 3, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go arctan, and you're going to go B over A, the Y component over the X component. And whatever I get, I'm going to add 180 to it because negative divided by negative is a positive. It's going to give me an angle in quadrant 1. So here we go. Arctan. So I go second arctan, alpha B divided by alpha A. Enter. And there it is. I get 30 degrees. Of course, we're not in quadrant 1, guys. So just add 180 to it. Because we know that we're in quadrant 3. So 210. That should not surprise you guys. 30 degrees plus 180, 210. Are we okay so far, guys? I think one of you is not muted, so let me mute you. To mute. All right.
How
Yes.
do you know we're in quadrant 3?
Oh, because my x and y component of the vector are both negative. So it should be looking like this magnitude. What's my magnitude? Magnitude 4? Sorry. Wait, that's not correct. 3 squared. Oh, yeah, it is. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's correct. 4. So I look something like that, guys. And that's because this one right here, I'm going to put that one in green. That one looks something like this, 8. And then the other one, I'm going to put it in blue. It looks something like that, 4. So it makes sense. Think about it. The green one is 8. The blue line is 4. This is a blue one. So 8 minus 4 gives you 4. And you're still going to be on this line because the 8 is bigger than the 4. Does that kind of make sense to you guys? I made an approximate. It's not perfect. Yeah, it's not even close. I should have done it perfect. So maybe that's why I'm confusing you guys. The red one goes to negative 3.464, negative 2. So negative 3.464, negative 2. So it goes something like that. And then the green one, which I don't know the exact value, guys. I guess I could find out if I distribute it. Are we kind of okay, guys? Do we kind of see it? Okay, awesome. Let's do one more. I think after we do this one, I think you guys will get it. But after I think we do some repetition on delta, I think we'll really get it. So it says, given vectors u and v, find the difference v minus u and represent the difference graphically in 2 different ways. All right, first let's talk about what vector u is and what vector v is. So vector u is 1, negative 6. So 1, negative 6 point. This red one right there, that's vector u. Vector v is 6, comma, negative 8. 6, negative 8 point. This green one here is vector v. So here's how you should be doing these. The number one way to do it is to negate the u. Pretend like you're adding a negative u. Vector v plus a negated vector u. So let me go ahead and write that negated vector u. I'm going to do it in red. Yeah, I'll do it in red. So here I am again. And instead of going to 1, negative 6, I'm going to go to negative 1, 6. Negative 1, 6 point. So there it is. That is negative u. And I'll slow down. How do you add vectors? Head to tail. So you go to vector, first you go to vector v. I'm looking at the green one. And now I'm going to add the negated vector u there. So I'm going to go 1 to the left. I'm here at this point, guys. I'm going to go 1 to the left, 6 up. 1 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, point. And then I connect it. There's my negative u. So there it is, v plus u. The resultant vector, start at the origin and go to where this angle terminates, or vector u terminates. It terminates at 5, negative 2. So there it is. That's my vector, guys. So my vector is 5, negative 2 when you add those two up. Did that make sense, guys? Don't worry, we're gonna do a whole bunch. And I know what you're saying, Chavez. What do you mean we're gonna do a whole bunch? We're already done with this. We're gonna do a whole bunch right now, guys. There's another way to do it. Maybe you'll like this one better. So here's method 2. You just flat out subtract. Chavez, what do you mean? So here's what you do, guys. Start here. I'm gonna put number 1. Start, and then go to number 2. End. Arrowhead to arrowhead. Arrowhead to arrowhead. Chavez, I don't understand your notes. All right, here we go. I'm looking at vector u. I'm going to start. That's where it says start. It says start. So I start at the u, and then I go to number 2, which is vector v, and I end, and it says arrowhead to arrowhead. So this is what it means. Arrowhead to arrowhead. Notice there's two arrowheads right there. Start, end. That vector should be the same vector. So hopefully it should be. We'll see. That and that, those two should be the same. Should be same. The same vector. Remember, vector just means direction and magnitude. So sure enough, look where I start, look where I end. I go down 2. That's the y value, -2. And then I go to the right 5. Oh, okay. And I get the same answer. Do you see how we did it, guys? All right, you guys stay there. You guys are already there. I'm going to come back, but I'm going to go ahead and open up Delta real quick. As a matter of fact, it's already there. So let me go ahead and make this. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll leave it like I'll leave it. I think I can do it. So here we go. It says vector U has a magnitude 4 and direction 345. You know what? I want to start with a positive problem, so I'm going to refresh. All right, look at this one. Vector U has magnitude 3 and direction 140. If vector V equals 2U, then what is the magnitude and direction of vector V? These are the easy ones, guys. So I need everyone's A game real quick. I need everyone to focus here real quick. All right, these are the easy ones. Notice I don't have a negative in there. Because you don't have a negative, all you're going to do, what is 3 times 2? It's not a trick question, guys. Yeah, I see someone holding 3 times 2 is 6. And I literally just typed the number 6 in there. So I'm going to go number 6. All right, direction. So to find the direction, because I'm just multiplying by 2, it's going to be the same direction, guys, 140 degrees. So I'm going to type in there 140. 140. And I just push submit. And there it is. Check mark. Simple. All right, let's do another one, but this time not negative. Not positive. So here we go. We got one that's not negative, so we're going to have to negate. So vector U has magnitude 2. Oh, I don't like this one, guys. Well, okay, we'll do it. We'll do 2 more. Vector 2 and direction 125. Vector V is -2U. So how do I get the magnitude? Take that number and multiply it by 2. 2 times 2 is?
4.
4. Yes, thank you, guys. So 2 times 2 is 4, so I'm going to type in 4. And the direction, well, I'm negating the 125. So I'm not going 125. Add 180 to the 125, guys. So 180 plus 125? Well, I don't know. Okay, let's take a little calculator here. 180. I'm not insulting your intelligence, guys. I promise. 180 plus 125. And there it is, 305. So you just can write the number 305 in there. 305. Because they want it between 0 and 360, see? Submit answer. Yes. And there it is. Do you guys think you guys got this topic pretty good? Like this one in particular, or do you want me to do one more? Pretty good? One more? Okay, one more. So let's see what we get. I'm going to see if I can get a negative one. Look, I got a negative one. So check it out. If you have a negative one, the magnitude is just 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Don't put -9. Magnitude is never negative. So I'm going to put magnitude 9. You know what? Let me get it wrong on purpose. See if it tells me anything. No, it's going to give me a wrong answer. This one will just tell me wrong because it's not the guided one. Direction. Okay, it's not 140 degrees. You got to negate it. You got to go backwards. So I'm between 0 and 360. So negate it. So just add 180 to the 140. 18 plus 14, 18, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 320. So I just typed the number 320 in there. And then submit answer. And there it is, guys. What are you guys thinking? Not bad? Okay. This is the one, not this one. This one's the one that's going to take a while. You know what? I think it's easier because let me go ahead and, no, I can do it. Okay, so it says this. Given that vector U with magnitude 8 and direction 225 and vector V with magnitude 4 and direction 65, find the magnitude and direction of the sum U plus V. Write the sum U plus V in magnitude and direction form with the magnitude rounded to the nearest tenth and the direction rounded to the nearest degree. Ooh, man, they're asking a lot. If you have a mouse, it's easier than using the little mouse pad or scratch pad or whatever you want to call it. So look, it says plot the two vectors by clicking and dragging from the origin. So the first vector is magnitude 8 at 225. So that's going to put me in quadrant 3, guys. So go to quadrant 3, start at the origin, push left cursor, and then look. This is really cool. See, there's a little number there. Do you see that little number? So there's 8, and I got to get it to 225. 225. Now I got to go a little higher. There it is. Boom. So there it is. That vector is 8, 225. Now I got to get a vector of 4 at 65 degrees. So that's going to be in quadrant 1. So go to the origin, 4 and 65. So there it is, the 4, but down at 42 degrees, I got to go up. Oh, man. Where are you, buddy? Come on. There it is, 4 and 65 degrees. It's easier if you have a mouse, guys. If you don't have a mouse, it's going to be kind of a hard time. All right, so now it says drag one of the vectors in order to add. It does not matter which vector you add, guys. You can go u plus v or you can go v plus u. So I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to add it. So there it is. Bam, right there. Boom. And then it says draw the resultant. So from the origin, I'm just going to go to that arrowhead right there. So from the origin, bam, right there. And there it is. There's my resultant, guys. See? Cool, right? Now look, it wants the u and the v. No big deal. Take your calculator. 8 at 225. So I'm going to go 8 cosine 225. Enter. I'm going to type that number in, negative 5.657. Negative 5.657. All right. And then to get the y value, I'm going to do 8 sine 225. Enter. And there it is, negative 5.657. Oh, yeah, 225 degrees, guys. Square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, dummy me. Negative 5.657. So negative 5.657. There it is. Oh, and look, I already see that I'm doing something wrong. It says at least 4, and I put 3. Lame. 6568. So 6569. 6569. Yeah, I would have been faster. I might take off the keyboard right now. And 69. All right, guys, hold on real quick. Don't worry, I'll fix it so you can see it. All right, I can see you guys now. All right, here we go. Vector V. So take out the calculator, and then it says 465. So 4 cosine 65. And we get 1.6904. 1.6904. Oh, way faster. And 4 sine 65. 4 sine 65. 3.6252. 3.6252. 3.6252. If you're wrong, it'll tell you, like, no, try again. And now we just add them up, guys. And I didn't bother saving them into letters. So I'm just going to scroll up to get them. That number plus the one with the cosine. So that one. And enter. So I get negative 3.9663. Negative 3.9663. Negative 3.9663. And then that one's the y value. So I'm going to scroll up until I see the sine ones. So this one first. That plus then the other one, 3 point blah, blah, blah. And negative 2.0316. 20316. Negative 2.0316. Try. Bam, there it is. And now it wants a magnitude. I should have saved it into A and B. I did not, guys, but it's okay. So look what I'm going to do. Square root. I'm going to open up a parenthesis because I see that they're both negative. So put that in there, put a square on it, plus open parenthesis, scroll up, enter, close parenthesis, put the square on it, enter. And there it is, 4.45. It says in here it's 10th, so 4.5. And I'm gonna put try. Let's put a wrong one by accident. Let's put 4.45, see what it says. Oh, it actually took it. That's lame. Okay, can I go back? All right, too bad. I already left it in there, guys. Let's see if it gives me an error or not. Now it wants my nearest degree. That one I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna put the actual degree. So here we go, I'm gonna go arctan. Now remember, we have negative divided by negative. We're in quadrant 3, so whatever answer I get, I'm gonna add 180 to it. That number divided by, and then let me scroll up, by this number here, push enter, and I get that number, that's the reference angle. I'm gonna add 180 to it, and there it is, 207.1, 207. I don't know if it's gonna count it right or wrong, guys, because I did this intentionally on purpose. It should have been 4.5. We'll see what it says. Let me write 4.5 in here and see if this thing is smart enough. When it says direction, it says cosine, type in your angle in there for cosine, type in your angle in there for sine. And let me see what it says now. Great work. Now press submit. Okay, it looks like it's going to count it wrong. I mean, right, sorry. It looks like it's going to count it right. And it did. I don't like that it counted it right when it told me to approximate. Look, why didn't I put 4.45? And I guess the computer was smart enough to know, but still, I don't like that it took it. Do you guys want me to do one more of these? Yeah, okay, I'll do one more. So let me do one more. New problem. So check it out. Here we go. Vector U, magnitude 7, direction 265. So that's quadrant 3, guys. So start at the origin, and then go to quadrant 3. Magnitude 7, so there it is. I'm at 7, and then go to 265. 265. I let it go too soon. 7 and 265. There it is. It fixed it for me, I think, because I don't think I was right on it, but it fixed it for me. That's nice. 8 at 5 degrees. Ooh, that one's going to be real close to the x-axis. So here we go. 8 at 5 degrees. So I'm going to go to 8. And there's 8, and let me go to 5. Bam. Oh, one more. 5. Boom. There it is. So there's my vectors, and now it says to add them. It doesn't matter which one you do, guys. I'm going to do this one right there. Boom. And now it wants a resultant. Go to the origin and go to that vector right there with that arrowhead. Bam. Hold on. I didn't do it perfect. There it is. I did it perfect. If you have a mouse, it's easier, guys. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do the 7 cosine and sine. So 7 cosine 265. Push enter. That's negative 0.610. So I'm going to put negative 0.6100. And I think it was 00. No, 01. And then for the y, I'm going to write 7 sine 265. 7 sine 265. Enter. Negative 6.9734. Negative 6.9734. Negative 6.9734. So there it is, guys. Negative 6.9734. I think that's correct. So here we go. Vector V. So vector V is 8 cosine 5. So it's going to be a pretty close to 8 there. So here we go. 8 cosine 5. Push enter. I get 7.9696. Round it up. 7.9696. 7.9696. And then for that one, I'm going to do 8 sine of 5, guys. That's how you get your y value. And 0.6972. 0.6972. I think it's smart enough to know that if you're within range, it's gonna let you do it. And now we're just adding the x components and adding the y components. So I'm gonna scroll up until I see the cosines. This was the cosine one. Push enter. If you don't want to see all those decimals, you can do this one, guys. That, enter, close, plus, and let me just grab the one that says 8 cosine. Close it up, and I'm going to store this to A because that's what I did last time. And there we go. I'm going to store that to alpha A. So 7.3595. 7.3595. All right, here we go for the B guys, or the Y component. I like to go in order, so I'm gonna grab this one first. 7 sine 265, close parenthesis, plus, where are you? Did I already miss it? Oh, there it is. 8 sine 5. So there it is. Enter. I got everything correct. Negative 6.2761. Negative 6.2761. Push try. It sounds correct to me. And now nearest tenth. Oh, I didn't store that to B, guys. Store alpha B. And then check it out. I can just go square root A squared plus B squared. And then voila, it gives you the number nice and neat. 9.7. 9.7. Try. And now nearest degree. Remember where we're at. We're in quadrant 4. So I'm going to go arctan. And I'm just going to go B over A. So B divided by alpha A. Push enter. Negative 40. That's actually correct. But I want it between 0 and 360 degrees. So go ahead and add 360 to that. Plus 360. And there it is. 300 and what do they want? Nearest degree? Nearest degree. 320 degrees, guys. So 320. Try. And finally, we're just going to type in our numbers here. 9.7. And then 320. And then 320. And then try. Great work. Submit. Bless you. And there it is, guys. So that's what's going to take a long time. All right. I'm going to go now to subtopic number 3. We got 2 more, guys. Don't worry. These are going to be fast. Okay. This is the same thing that we just did, but you don't have to do all that mess anymore. So look what I would do. Here's what I would do. Get your calculator, and I would just go right into it immediately. Don't even bother. Look, just go. I have a vector u, 7 cosine 185, sine 185. I want to get my x components. So here we go. 7 cosine 185 degrees. Close it, plus get your x component of your other vector. 5 cosine 335, guys. 5 cosine 335. Enter. Store that into A, guys. Store alpha A. Do the same thing for the y value. So 7 sine 185 plus 5 sine 335. Hopefully I haven't made any mistakes. Let me know if I did, guys. I'm going to store that to B. And then look, you just go second square root alpha A squared. You're just doing Pythagorean theorem, guys. Plus alpha B squared. There's my magnitude, 3.7. Type 3.7. All right, remember where you're at. Remember what A was, remember what B was. So A was negative and B was negative. So you're in quadrant 3. So this is going to give you an answer in quadrant 1 for the arctan. So second arctan, B divided by A. Now remember, we're expecting a positive answer, guys, in quadrant 1. But we need to add 180 to it because we're in quadrant 3. Does that make sense to everyone? I can't see everyone. Let me see. Guys, does that make sense? Okay. Sorry, they're in my back screen here. All right, so I'm going to add 180. And there I am at 228. So I just type 228 on both. 228, 228. And there it is. So maybe this one you'll go a little faster on that one. All right. Here comes the last one, guys. Don't worry, we're almost done. We're almost done. This is the last one. This one will probably be the easiest one for you guys. All you're doing is adding vectors. So look, given vector u and v, find the difference v minus u and represent the difference graphically in 2 different ways. So remember the 2 different ways we did earlier. Oh, let me open mine up here. No wonder you guys can't. So let me go ahead and open up by 2 ways here. So v minus u. So here's v. V is 1. U is 4. 1 minus 4 is -3, so type -3. Let's see, V is -6, U is -3, 6 minus a -3. So that's like adding, guys. 6 minus a -3, that's going to be -3 again. Try. All right, there it is. Now, look what we did. Remember the first method we did, guys. V plus a -u. Pretend you're adding a -u. So that's the one you're going to negate. Look at angle U. So go to angle U and negate it. You negate it by pushing this little, it looks like a refresh icon. So there it is. I negated it. And then I'm adding them. So I'm just going to go to the tail or to the arrowhead. Bam. And then I just go. So now it wants my resultant vector. Go to the origin. And there it is. There's my resultant vector. Bam. Okay, method 2. And relax. It's simple. And we're going to do 2 of these. Remember what I told you guys on method 2. Start at angle U. So here's angle U. And work your way towards, arrowhead U or vector U. And work your way towards vector V, the arrow. So start at vector U. Work your way towards vector V. Bam. And there it is. Those 2 vectors should be the same. Submit answer. Yes. And we got a check mark. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then we'll call it a day. So here it is. Again, this one says U minus V. So -7 minus, let's see, this is a V. -7 minus a -4. So you're going to add 4, 5, 6, 7. That's -3. And then the Y components. 3 minus a -5. So you're going to add again 5, 6, 7, 8. So there it is. I push try. I think if I'm wrong, let me do it on purpose wrong. I think if I'm wrong, it'll tell me that I'm wrong. Yep, it did. It told me that I'm wrong, guys. So let me go ahead and put the right answer. I hope I know the right answer. Okay, there it is. So here we go. -3, -8. So it wants me to add by negating the V. So you go to the V, negate it. There it is. I just negated it, guys. That's -V now. And then how do you add vectors? Just go to the arrowhead of it, put the endpoint on it, and now there it is. And then go to the origin for your resultant and go all the way to the vector V. There's my vector. Now it wants me to do 2 ways. It wants me to do it the second way. It opens up this one. You start at this one, at that vector right there, vector V. So go to vector V, and you're going to approach vector U, arrowhead to arrowhead. Vector V to vector U, arrowhead to arrowhead. Bam, there it is. Those 2 are the same vectors. Submit answer. Yes. Voila. Okay, let's come back, guys.